This is a guide for how to hit P100 for dummies. Now I currently have Claude and Yui P100, and I know a lot of people don't even have their character past Prestige 50. So I will be showing you just a couple of tips and strategies I use to fly through the prestiges. And if you find anything in this video helpful, like the video. Now before we start, let me just explain something about being P100. It's the most pointless grind ever. You don't even get a cosmetic, you don't even get a charm, you don't get anything special but a freaking number above your character when you're in the pregame lobby. Being P100 does not mean you're better at the game than somebody, does not mean that you're about to get carried if you see one in your lobby. Being a P100 just means that that person has a lot of time to play DBD. The most important thing of trying to get P100 is how to get blood points. So what we're going to go over is where to get them, the best strategies for getting them, and how to spend them. Now DBD always does daily login rewards for blood points and also codes for them. The best place to go to find out if there is a code or a daily login reward is this Twitter account right here. On here, they always let you know if there's a daily login reward, there's a new code that will give you some blood points, when the blood hunts begin, when an event begins, and sometimes they even tweet out like free prime skins or like the Dwight PUBG skin. It's just a must follow if you're trying to hit P100. Now, one of the first things you always want to take advantage of is free blood points or bonus blood points. Now, as soon as you log onto the game, you're always going to see one for either playing killer or survivor. Me being a survivor main, 80% of the time it is on the survivor for the incentive, so I'm always getting more blood points than if you were to just go play killer. Other free blood points would be something like the daily rituals that refresh every day, and you can re-roll one if you don't like it. Like I get a lot of killer ones, and I usually don't do those. I just re-roll them until I get a survivor one. Also, doing your rift challenges will really help you out get a lot of blood points and give you a little goal for what to do inside of your matches other than the things to get max blood points. Now, if you're someone like me who usually completes these really fast because you are trying to get those blood points, you can always go here and go for the past ones and do all these challenges, especially if you just started playing DBD not too long ago. There's a lot of them that you can do. And if you're someone who plays killer, this is even better because I have a lot of killer ones that I didn't do because I don't usually like to play killer. But if you play both sides, you can really get a lot of extra blood points from doing this. Now this category is going to be split with Swiffin and playing solo. If you are playing solo most of the time, of course the grind is going to take longer. But always making sure you bring some type of blood point bonus for yourself, some offering, something to make you get more blood points than you would in an average solo queue game, because it's really hard sometimes depending on the RNG of games, teammates, killers that you have, if you're going to get a lot of blood points a match. So you always want to try to maximize how much you get no matter what the outcome is. This helps out in solo queue more than it does when you're Swiffing, but my buddy Spooky Loops about a year ago dropped a video explaining basically in a solo queue environment what's the best way to play to maximize getting your blood points. In his video, he was mostly talking about pipping up, but it's basically the same thing for the blood points. Basically, just trying to get iridescent in each of the categories will maximize how many points you get at the end of the game. And the better your score, the more blood points. Now, if you have the luxury of having friends to play the game with, this part is for you. Now, this is going to be the fastest way to fly through prestiges. And the most important thing that you want to do is stack blood point offerings, bloody party streamers, flans, any anniversary cakes, anything that stacks. If all of you guys bring one and for some way somehow the killer also brings one, you are making maximum blood point value. And then at that point, it's really hard not to get a 150k plus in a match. But once again, go back and watch Spooky Loop's video on what to do in the match to max out the points you get. And that combo with the blood point offerings being stacked, you should get anywhere between 200 to 250k at the end of the match. Anywhere around 1 million blood points can get you a prestige. So 4 matches for 1 prestige is a very fast route to take to get to prestige 100. Now let's say you followed every part in this guide so far on how to get the blood points. Now one tip I would say, if you get a lot of blood points, spend as you go. Do not be one of those people who wait for 2 million and then spend it and take like 15 minutes just clicking the buttons. It's very, very annoying. I like to typically keep like 100k to 200k and never let it get past that, and I just spend when I'm in the lobby waiting for friends to join, or when I'm in a pre-game lobby waiting for the match to start. I'm just always constantly spending. And this is another important part. It's how you're spending. Now, this is something I like to call blood point pathing, and it only really kicks in when you're like past level 30 on your blood web. But essentially, you just want to try to control the entity when it's taking stuff off your blood web. You want to pick the side that has like the cheapest options, like the yellows, the greens, the browns, all that stuff. Try to make the entity take up the more expensive stuff. Even though everything's like really cheap now, you want to make it take up the stuff that you really don't want. And if you do this correctly, you can save a lot of blood points. Like, people sleep on how effective this strategy really is. Then after that, honestly, it's just rinse and repeat and repeat and repeat. And remember, it's P100, it's all about time, not skill. If you're someone like me who plays this game for like 8 hours every day, you're gonna hit it first over someone who only comes home like after work or something and plays DBD for a couple of hours. Time is the most important factor out of this whole guide. Now, that's all I got for you guys today. Hopefully this helps some of you out when it comes to your P100 journeys. Once again, if you found anything in this helpful, leave a like on the video and help it get out to more people trying to hit P100. But that's all for me today. I'm Tony, and I'm out.